Welcome to Mystic Chambers, week 16 updates and 0 more weeks to go. That's right, game release time. This week contributions are from Krister and Chris, right? Krister did 2 WIP level ideas. He also did simple hallway level test, and there's this spiral in sector test using rectangles only. All right, Krister played a lot with the level editor, and and I also did make one level inspired from Krister's ideas, right? And Chris compiled credits and added credits. Thanks Chris for that. And there are many other additions and changes like improved and integration of some sounds, right? And then there is the key door system, which is now completed. There was some bug, and that was because of wall sector stuff, right? And now it's fixed. And credits UI look is improved, and 3 levels designed. That's right, all 3 levels are designed. And I did a little note in the main menu UI, which you will see in the gameplay, basically addressing a bug, right? And I added P button. Basically it locks the pointer, FPS mode you can say, and it is because when I uploaded the game on itch.io and tested it, and then I clicked the play button, it didn't automatically go into the pointer lock mode, right? And now you have to do it manually. You have to press P button, which is some issue I didn't understand. And then there's some bug fixes, of course. So let's talk about the goals, right? I want to get better in points that I talked about in the pitch, right? Did I get better at any of these 5 things? Talk to camera and video editing skills, problem solving skills, cooperation and teamwork, finishing game skill, level design, and puzzle elements. Surely these are some of the pretty tough stuffs, right? So let's get into the first point. Talk to camera and video editing skills. Each week with different video editing softwares. I tried a lot of video editing softwares, and the best that I use now every day, and I feel like it's probably the best of a bunch of them that I tried, and that is DaVinci Resolve, right? It's really good. OpenShot is also good, but DaVinci Resolve is pretty advanced, and you can do a lot of stuff with this free video editor. That it also have a paid version, but DaVinci Resolve is really good. It's a free version and it's good. I also started uploading on YouTube, and 1 video per week, Urdu. I also played around with OBS Studio a lot, understood a lot of things about how OBS Studio works. I tried a lot of different configurations of green screen, lighting, and mic settings, of course, just to get the best result, right? The best video quality that I can get. I also did a prompter stuff. I think you guys know that too. Yeah, I did it, and then I didn't feel like doing it more, so I stopped doing it. But yeah, prompter really worked, and I was glad that you guys couldn't notice that I was using prompter at that weekly update. Don't kind of forgot which weekly update was that. Let's get on. After 3 to 4 weeks, right? After 3 to 4 weeks of developing in Mystic Chambers and stuff, I then started uploading 2 videos per week because I got comfortable with one. Before, like, I do 1 video per week because making videos, I feel like it's quite like you can say hard for me, right? I had these nervous habits issues, like I get a little bit anxiety, and basically I procrastinate a lot. I find excuses and stuff. It was tough at start, but now it really feels like flow. It just flows, which is really good. I met the local game devs in a video meeting for the first time, which is an amazing achievement. for me at least. Then there is another thing that happened. I started making Urdu videos without making notes. That's right. I actually make notes and then uh, make videos after making the notes, which makes video making process much better, much streamlined, much polished. But I realized that these topics that I'm covering are very basic, and I can do them straight away without really making notes, just quick rehearsal and basically start it out. I also started Urdu live stream gaming channel. That's right, I did it behind the scenes as well. And yeah, just last week I started it. Like I did one live stream on Monday, and that's what my schedule is. Uh, one live stream per week every Monday, 3 to 5 p.m. Now I have some excuse to do some little bit of gaming and relax myself with that. I have also started English Game Dev channel during this entire process. So yeah, let's just talk about before and after, right? To just notice the amount of improvements. Before, no YouTube, no videos, nothing, literally nothing. And right now, after the entire 4 months passed, Mystic Chambers, and now I have like 3 YouTube channels, and I'm running them at the same time, literally. And I feel like uh, I'm now feeling it really easy, you know, making videos, and I feel it is becoming natural to me to just look at the lens and talk, right? And I'm you can say I'm getting used to it, right? It's really simple as that. So this week I have uploaded 5 videos, did one live stream, and that's the record. I have never done that. And one of the reasons I'm able to do that is simply because uh, I did Mystic Chambers videos every week. It made me more confident. I am now able to use DaVinci Resolve much better, and I just got good. You know, I feel like I got good, or maybe more confident in videos, right? So let's get to the next point, that is the problem solving skills. So let's talk about some of the problems, like very few of the problems of the game. How to make sprites that act as 3D in a raycast game, right? It's a thing that I have never like done before, or how to ensure that entities in front of the walls are rendered and stuff like that. And then there is the performance stuff, and then how to render texture, roof and floor with our raycast editor. So I have never made any raycaster game before, right? Like, it's all new. All these problems are unique and new to me, and that's why problem solving skills is like the number one thing for this game, right? And believe it or not, we did an amazing job. We did amazing job. There's the wall sectors and the Kuster's magical CSS, which solved some of those problems that I talked about in the early slide. And Magica Voxel made the 8-sided rendering much easier, again thanks to Krista for this suggestion. Unfortunately, all that we did is very custom, right? And a lot of heat and trial is involved there, and that's why there are a lot of bugs, and unfortunately I wasn't able to fix all of them, and I wasn't able to translate exactly the rendering process that I explained in the very early weekly update videos, if you remember correctly. And yeah, but good thing is that the game is working, and aside from few bugs, the game works really fine. So let's get on to the next point, that is cooperation and teamwork. Uh, this is one of the points that I hesitate to write about, because honestly, I feel like I didn't did much better job this time around. JS Raycaster is definitely seemingly advanced genre, and to add more to it, the code was very inaccessible and hard to read, right? Like when Krista joined and looked at my code base, he told me some of the problems in the code, right? And they were honestly very bad, like hard coded numbers in the arrays, right? And which made the code really tough, right? I did fix them. I fixed all those issues slowly, But the code started out as something that is very inaccessible and like very hard to read. It is still hard, right? I mean, the code is the code base is too big, and that's why whoever wants to contribute have to go through all the code. And it is not like Unity, where you make small scripts and make things work around, right? And it is my first ever low level game that I have developed with other devs, right? Quite a few times I wasn't able to fix the problems that the collaborators were facing with the code or the game, both. And that's simply because the game uh, is is hard for me as well to fix those issues and problems that they were facing. Um, if I compare my previous League of Times development with this game, I can clearly notice that the cooperation level was low from my side, of course, and that's because I believe that the feedback loop was never developed as compared to uh, in Nick of Time, where there is the feedback loop. What happened in Nick of Time is that I make something, I ask you guys, and you feedback to me, right? You tell me what is what, and then I uh, work on it, and then I again ask for feedback, and then you reply back, right? And that's what I meant from feedback loop. Uh, Such thing never happened in Mystic Chamber simply because a lot of things in Mystic Chambers was just code, was just the rendering side of things, and I focused a lot on the rendering stuff, right? And that's why I wasn't able to establish something like feedback loop. Feedback loop is really good. I believe it makes the team active and more cooperative in the way that the mind is more into the game. One of the key things that I learned is simply how to make the code more accessible for others, right? If you didn't make the code accessible, of course, people can't contribute to the code. So here's a little advice from my side that if you are about to pitch a GS game or will be pitching a GS game, then you need to try to keep the code base small, right? Like if you see Mystic Chambers code, you will notice that there is entire library, right? There's an entire library now, and that library is not external library. It's just my code, right? Um, Finishing game skill and level design puzzle elements. These are the things that I have focused very less this time around, right? Good thing I finished another game, yes, and overscoping again, as always, I guess. Focused way too much on rendering method and rendering bugs. Honestly, rendering bugs kind of discouraged me to develop the game. It really made me annoyed. Like, why am I not able to fix the bugs? I really got stuck into them, but unfortunately, some of them are still there, and those were pretty big ones. I feel like slow and steady is the way to go. Unlike Think of Time, levels are smaller and easier to traverse. The level design is better of Mystic Chambers as compared to Nick of Time, simply because the levels are smaller levels, and they are easier to traverse, unlike in Nick of Time, right? Estimated time to finish the game is about 5 to 10 minutes. That's all it takes to complete the game. So yeah, if anybody wants to like play the game and thinking, oh, Mystic Chambers is pretty big, that's pretty much not true. You can just play it in under 5 minutes, basically. Uh, Made all 3 levels in one day. Thanks for the feedback. One gave feedback when I posted the levels, and it helped me, and I made the levels better thanks to Juan's feedback. So the minimal objectives, 6 levels was the criteria, but no, we only did 3 levels. I had to cut the scope, of course. And 6+ items, yes. 2+ guns, yes, almost. I mean, just 2 guns. Just cut the plus sign after the 2. 3+ enemies, no. 2 enemies only. And 14+ decor, yes. 8+ walls, yes. So yeah, we did pretty well this time. These are all the programming tasks that I talked about in the pitch, and we are able to do almost all of them, which is amazing, which is insane. Just think about it. A lot of tasks. We did a lot in 4 months, guys. A lot. Uh, there's just two things that we didn't do: wall switch and druid enemy, right? Yeah, that's amazing, basically. So let us enter the Mystic Chambers, right? The Mystic Chambers that is released. So first of all, we will release the game. So let's release it. This is the Mystic Chambers. This is the GIF. I have done some stuff, and now I'm going there, clicking the public. Right now it's public, and now if I click the save button, voila, it's done. The game is published. So there's a game. There's a Mystic Chambers. You can see the link in the top, and let's get in the game. Thanks to all of you who contributed in Mystic Chambers, and also for listening to the game release points. I really wanted to just go ahead and close the Mystic Chambers and just have a pretty finish of this game. Even though the product isn't really that great, I believe that the game already has accomplished what I wanted from it, like the video editing skills and just the overall Raycaster thing that I wanted to develop, and the making editor stuff and all that. I really enjoyed Mystic Chambers development, and who knows, maybe I reuse the same editor and bring a new pitch that uses this same editor but a very different game. I hope that you are doing good. I'm doing great as well. Goodbye.